Hello, beautiful souls. Going into the gym, it's chest day, but I figured I'd come on here and tell you all about some wonderful out-of-body experiences I've been having, because it's been a while. Well, like I said a couple of times in previous videos, my light body transformed into a whole nother tier, a whole nother level of electrical capacitance and coherence since the Aquarius full moon, Aries full moon last night. But the astrological energy definitely has been feeling this process and this transformational process. It's not just like a one and done when you have a initial rising. The whole fucking thing needs to fill out. The dormant blueprint needs to come alive, come active. It's etheric DNA that needs to write itself out, and it writes itself out with astrological influences, with conscious direction of the energy flow, of the plasma flow, subconscious thoughts and feelings flow, because your thoughts and feelings conduct the flow as well through your light body template, and then unconscious, which I consider forces outside of me, so like cosmic influences, everything, all radiations of all kinds. It all fucking conducts flow in your light body and results in blockage, incoherence, or coherence, really. But especially because of the precession equinox alignment, Aquarius alignment that's happening right now, in the peak solar activity, 11-year solar cycle, and the excursion cycle with the Earth. Major activations are taking place. Anyway, all this has resulted in intense out-of-body experiences that correspond to the electrical capacitance of my light body. So, and it's literally been a stepping stone type thing up the octave ladder, like the Jacob's ladder, the rungs. And I have to say, the demonic forces have been literally teachers, mirrors, stepping stones up back the ladder to heaven, and just a part of the process, really. But especially with the last month or so, I've witnessed multiple times demonic forces cordially working with angelic forces. Angelic being service to others, polarity type beings of all kinds. But they're definitely in some kind of a universal law, understanding, agreement. And I think the thing is the free will is real. And if you vibrate to the negative plasma being's frequency, they kind of get consent to fuck with you, but ultimately they are held by a standard, a universal law. And it all matters where you're vibrating frequency wise and how you're conducting the energy, the plasma through your field, consciously, subconsciously, unconsciously. Anyway, so that being said, I've had a plethora of out-of-body experiences that have only intensified. I mean, it's been fucking 9 years now, almost every single night, but especially recently. So I had a causal chakra activation. I started getting electrical stabbing pains in the top back of my head, and I knew what that was because I've been messing with my causal chakra for fucking years. Like, I have this ability to flex it. It's really weird. It feels like there's a muscle back here on the top of my head, and when I flex it upward, it starts pushing or pulling, or both, electrical energy up my spine. And in fact, it pushes the actual cerebral spinal fluid up my spine into my brain ventricles. I've always had this, not always. I started getting it after my initial rising in 2017. I started feeling this thing right here that I could just flex. It was like this etheric muscle. What it is an electrical energy field, okay, like a toroid with a spinning plasma cone coming out the top, kind of going like that. So you have your crown up here, and then you have this Bindu chakra, as it's known in the Vedic culture, or causal chakra in the top back. Anyway, it's associated with the fifth dimension. I uploaded the video explaining to one of my clients what had happened with the interdimensional travel, fifth dimensional travel through the solar body after I overcame those demons in that dome structure in the astral state, and it shot me up, and I traversed stars, portals, bounced around like fucking Sonic the Hedgehog to fucking different stars and viewed them all. That was a a really intense experience, and it's only intensified since. So one of the things I really want to come out here and talk about was a recent experience that it's actually reoccurring now with a bird. I mean, I've had white dove, white doves, energetic white doves. It looks like a DMT energy kind of plasma dove. It's really weird, but it'll manifest in my vision sometimes, and it's a very, very good omen. It's almost like just to tell me that I'm on the path and I'm, and to trust the process. And I love it when I see it, especially if I've been seeing, under heavy attack and shit. It was just always a really good thing to see. I mean, the Christians have it in their symbology as well, but it's just a good omen for me. And another thing has been occurring where I'll lift out of my body, and now I know what to do. You fly straight upward while trying to hone the highest vibration possible, or frequency, and then through resonance it transmutes your fucking astral body into a more complex, higher vibrating solar body, depending on what frequency you reach. And you just keep flying upward and trying to hone the highest frequency you can. And anyway, I've been doing that every single time I come out of my body, just to leave the astral, especially leave the lower astral. A lot of times I'll start in the lower or mid astral, and I'll just like lift out, bro, through resonance and through my ability to conduct plasma flow through my light body manually, change its frequency, it's vibrating at, and through resonance it just lifts me out up into the state that I'm into the realm, the frequency, the octave that I'm matching with my light body. And so I've just been honing love and second, gratitude, both of them. I call it great love when I'm honing it. I'll take the mind, grab love, grab gratitude, pull it into here, and then I'll pulse these emotional waves out of my heart center into my entire field, and I'll call it great love. It means grateful love, but I call it great love for short, because I actually speak it with my mind into my heart, and then I feel into my heart with it, with the will of doing so, right? That trinity, attention, feeling, and will, electromagnetic, positive, negative, neutral. That's how you conduct the plasma flow, baby. We're riding the plasma. We're surfing it like the Silver Surfer on this plasma consciousness through the fourth state of matter, the phase of water, ionized gas plasma. Anyway, just told you a huge fucking secret, universal secret. But so we have the ability to manually conduct this plasma, transmute it to different frequencies, and when we do so, we through resonance will literally vibrate into the frequency we are vibrating at with our light body. We'll vibrate into the dimensional octave that we're vibrating at. And there was something that kept manifesting when I was doing this. It was a fucking eagle, a golden eagle or phoenix. It wasn't the dove. It was a larger bird, and it was golden, and it was fiery as fuck. And it reminds me of the symbolism that's in all the ancient cultures, like Quetzalcoatl and the dragons. Just a fiery serpent, a symbolism for arcing plasma, or just a really benevolent thing is what it is. But what it's been doing is when I lift out of my body and start flying up and trying my hardest to hone gratitude while I fly upward, and I spin my scalar wave and start piercing levels, the bird will manifest this phoenix eagle that's all fiery, and it will lead me upward. And it's badass because it becomes like a spearhead for me, and I can like focus on the bird, and it perfectly tracks my attention upward, because that's what's steering my light body, is my attention. That's what's carving the ley line, is my attention. And so I lock onto the bird, and the fucker just like gives me power and strength and courage and will, right? And heart, right? Attention, feeling, will is what it gives me more than anything. And I just start piercing the levels, dude, and it takes me all the way up until I stop tracking attention accurately, is what happens. So it's all about like the strength of your attention, your feeling, and will. So if you start like getting distracted by other thought forms, that's what steers your light body, dude. It's what's giving it coordinates and shit. So it's like the steering wheel. So if you start steering over into other thoughts, you're gonna fucking you're gonna fall out of that alignment with that bird and fucking go somewhere. So I just try to ride it up as far. It took me up up until at least the higher astral last time. I followed it all the way up. And it's hard too to track attention, because you'll see this amazingly beautiful complex shit as you're flying straight up. The colors are 10-10. The colors are fucking insane. You literally pierce levels, like realms, and each one is vibrating at certain octaves, frequencies. And like I said in my shit, I even told you guys about this. So I had the most insane, once again, interdimensional travel recently, a couple nights ago, where I did that. I left my body. The eagle wasn't there this time, but I just did it on my own. I flew straight up. And for some reason, this happens sometimes, by the way, it's part of the Merkaba, man. I swear to God, it's a spaceship. And it will have gauges and meters and holographic menus will pop up in text fields and shit in the periphery of your vision. So I had a fucking gauge pop up that was showing me the frequency I was at. And I just kept ascending and honing love. And the meter kept, the 3-digit meter kept scaling upward with me as I flew up. And I remember looking into 600 something hertz. I just kept going. I was like, I want to go to the top. Went up to the top, 936, came into a beautiful monastery, cathedral, church. I don't know, a little bit of all of it, really. It was this giant, elaborate, beautiful, complex building with the most beautiful iconography and architecture ever. It was very beautiful, very orthodoxy looking, but like interdimensional. It was weird. And I came in there and there was like these giant it was like a waiting room with portals, dude. It had these huge benches with all these people, souls, chilling in their light bodies, waiting. And then all the way on the wall, I looked up in front of me, and there was these massive demons, dude. They looked like Cyber Demon from Doom, but all flesh. And they were standing there like statues, like sentinels, like guards almost around these portals. And I knew intuitively the portals were back down to earth, 1212. And I was like, it started hitting me like, how the fuck are demonic entities in 936 hertz? Because it's about frequency and vibration. How are they even here? And then it was like, I mean, they could have even been a statue for all I know, but it started hitting me like, oh my God, the demons are like working with the angelic forces. Like, this is just like a common agreement. They're all cordial and shit. I was like, why isn't this thing like jumping off the wall and attacking us? It's just standing there like as if it's held by contract or something, or it knows the rules. And I was just like, oh, it makes perfect sense. Like the demons before, when I blasted off and traveled the stars, they were like a test, like a gateway to test my purity of my heart, like the Egyptian feather heart scale. And they're really working. God has them working together in some cases, together literally, in some cases to test us. And I mean, Satan rules this, Saturn too rules this fucking world, you know what I mean? So it just made sense that I saw them there. And then I saw 2 twin children, the girl with long braided beautiful hair, light brown blonde color, she had a big braid, and then they both had these locks that came out by their ears right here. It was really weird. Even the boy had like a little bit long hair, like this, like this long, and then he had the little locks too. I think they went this way, like this. And the girl had the same one. They're the same height, probably like fucking 3.5 feet tall. And he came and sat down next to her. I was sitting behind them on one of these big, beautiful benches, and I just watched. And they had like an emotional goodbye. And he left. And I just know he went back down to earth. And it just made sense to me when I came back into my body. That's all I remember. I shot back into my body. And I was like, oh my God, 936 hertz, crown chakra. Crown chakra is the fucking gateway. And that place just seemed to me like a airport or some shit, like a way station airport of the soul. And it was just so incredible. But these are the experiences I keep having. It's getting crazier and crazier and crazier, but I finally piercing out of the fucking astral, exploring what's beyond. And I'm not done here. So I'm going to be in 3D, 4D, and 5D and above for the foreseeable future. And things are getting spicy with the government, and the transition of power in our country and World War III and all these fucking ancient plans and the warring Abrahamic religions fulfilling their little prophecy to war with each other, and now the fucking Project Bluebeam and the UFOs, and there's good ETs as well showing themselves, and the government's trying to obfuscate that with their drones and their technology, and it's just like this whole epic Star Wars-y type situation that we're in, but it's real life. And I'm just happy to be with you all here. I'm doing a session with someone in the United Kingdom here in about 2 hours. I better go into the gym. Fuck, I don't have much time. And then I'm lining up all of January. DM me on Instagram if you want to do a light body session. It's no fucking joke. I have testimonials in my highlights. It's fucking real. And there's no bullshit either. I straight up tell you the techniques that I stumbled upon that started unlocking this entire process of light body activation is what I call it. Just it encompasses everything. Third eye activation, remote viewing, astral projection, lucid dreaming, fucking retaining sexual energy, what I call nutting up the spine to charge your cerebrospinal fluid in your brain and in your whole being. Man, it's just interdimensional, it's multidimensional, it's complex, but it's simple. I love you all so much. Reach out if you want to do a session. You can email me too. I hate putting my email on here, but whatever. Plasmaborn at Proton Mail. Plasmaborn369 at Proton Mail. I love you all so much. Reach out if you want to do a session. I hope this gave somebody some fucking inspiration, because it sure as shit has given me inspiration every day. I love you all so much. Stay fractal. Stay up.